The first punch lands before Chris Vaughn even understands what's happening. Inside the Wild Cherry Casino, laughter fills the air, dice roll across the table, and money moves fast. At first, it feels like a celebration. Chris is back home. His old friends are around him. The town might be broken, but for a moment, it feels familiar. Then he notices the dice. They don't roll right. Chris watches closely as the dealer swaps them out in a single smooth motion. His friend loses again. And again. That's when Chris reaches forward, grabs the dice, and calls it out in front of everyone. The casino freezes. Security moves in. Chris doesn't back down. He throws the dice himself, proving they're loaded, demanding the money back. But the casino isn't built on fairness. It's built on fear. The guards grab him. What follows isn't security doing their job. It's a beating meant to send a message. Chris fights back instinctively, snapping elbows, throwing bodies into tables, using the muscle memory of years in the military. One guard goes down, then another. But there are too many of them. A taser hits his neck. Battens crack against his skull. Boots slam into his ribs. They drag him into the back room, laughing, mocking his special forces dog tags. One of them pulls out a blade, planning to carve him up for fun. Chris tries to fight, but he's already broken. They slash his chest, then dump his body on a bridge like trash. Chris survives, and that's when everything changes. Lying in a hospital bed, battered and stitched together, Chris realizes the casino isn't just cheating people. It's poisoning the town. Drugs are everywhere. The cops don't care. The sheriff looks the other way. And the man running it all is Jay Hamilton, the same rich kid who used to bully him in high school. When Chris refuses Jay's bribe and job offer, Jay laughs it off. He thinks Chris is just another angry veteran who will eventually disappear. Then Chris's nephew overdoses on meth.
Stabilized. It was close. Crystal meth.
I'm sorry. I never did it before.
It's true. We might have kind of pushed him into it.
Where'd you get the drugs?
I'm not really sure where we got.
Stop. Where?
From the security guys working at the casino.
That's the moment restraint dies. Chris doesn't bring a gun when he goes back to the casino. He brings a piece of the old town, a solid cedar 2x4. He storms inside and starts smashing slot machines, drawing every guard in the building. When they attack, he doesn't hold back. The wood cracks against arms, legs, backs. Bones break. Men drop. Tables shatter. This isn't a brawl anymore. It's a declaration of war. Chris finds the guard who beat him and takes back his dog tag. Then he throws the 2x4 through the casino's glass wall and locks eyes with Jay. This changes our relationship, Jay says.
Looking for trouble.
Chris gets arrested. In court, everyone expects him to lose.
Violent, so dangerous, so highly trained, that he dispatched 6 of the casino security staff single-handedly.
The casino owns the witnesses.
Single-handedly. His weapon of choice, a simple piece of cedar, which in his hands became a devastating force with one aim.
It's crazy. You know, toss a couple of drunks now and then. Guys try to grope the girls, but nothing with this sort of violence.
Did he give you any kind of advanced warning, chance to defend yourself?
We tussled, but he's a big guy. He was on a mission. Besides, he seemed to be too busy enjoying himself from what I could see.
So from what you saw, he seemed to have some kind of purpose.
I think he had a point to prove, yeah.
The sheriff stacks the deck. Chris fires his lawyer.
You're fired.
And speaks for himself, showing his scars, admitting what he did, and telling the jury exactly why he did it. The jury lets him walk. And when Chris promises to run for sheriff, the town listens. He wins. With the badge on his chest, Chris fires every corrupt
You're all fired.
deputy and hires the only man he trusts, Ray Templeton. Together, they start tearing the drug trade apart. Dealers get raided. Stashes get seized. One dealer watches in horror as Chris and Ray destroy his truck piece by piece when they can't legally bust him. The message is clear. The town is no longer safe for criminals. Jay responds the only way he knows how. Violence. A bomb destroys Chris's truck. Gunmen storm the police station, filling it with bullets. Chris and Denny take cover as glass shatters and walls splinter. Chris shoots through the floor, crippling attackers from below. The sheriff, Stan Watkins, reveals himself as part of it all, firing wildly and taunting Chris. Chris emerges and ends it with a shotgun blast. At the same time, hitmen invade Chris's home. Ray fights them in the kitchen with whatever he can grab. Chris's sister kicks one attacker down the stairs. Chris's father, who once hated guns, pulls the trigger to save his family. The war has reached its breaking point. Chris tracks Jay to the old mill. Inside the dark machinery, Jay tries to finish him, dropping him toward spinning saws and attacking with tools. Chris barely survives, escaping into the woods. The final fight is brutal and desperate. Jay swings an axe. Chris uses raw strength and instinct. They tumble, crash, and bleed until Chris finally disarms him and knocks him out cold. This time, Jay doesn't escape. He goes to prison. The casino shuts down. The mill reopens, and the town finally breathes again. Chris Vaughn doesn't ride off as a hero. He just stands there, battered, scarred, and still standing. Because sometimes, justice doesn't come quietly. Sometimes it walks tall. Don't forget to subscribe to US Films Recap.